Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining us today. This morning, I just finished reading one of my favorite stories in the Bible, and that's when Joseph revealed himself to his brothers, and then his father finding out that he was alive. Now, I would say, as my sister would call this was a wow moment. And I want you just to imagine, with me just a moment of Joseph, the scripture said, was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh. He was sold into Egypt when he was 17. So this would make 13 years later when he finally was put in a place of position where, life was going much better for him. He spent 2 or 3 of those years in prison of those 13 years after the accused rape of Potiphar's wife. But now, after 13 years, he is in a position to where life is much more comfortable. He's on top of the roller coaster, so to speak. And then, after 7 years of plenty, there were 2 years of famine when his brothers came. So that would make it 22 years since he had seen his brothers last. And when you read this story, after 22 years, a lot changes in 22 years. And of course, they didn't recognize him. He recognized them, but they didn't recognize him. And so this is just a wow moment when he revealed himself. Can you imagine when he said, "I'm Joseph"? And I can imagine their eyes probably looked like deer in a headlight. And then when they came home and told their dad about this, and their dad, of course, the scripture says his heart just he was just numb. But just an amazing story, a wow moment. I think God likes to give us wow moments. I think back in my own life at some of those wow moments. It was a wow moment when the Lord called us to the mission field, when he called us to Russia. I mean, I had no idea that's where I would end up. And it was like the beginning of that week when the Lord called us, at the beginning of that week, it was just like a normal week. And then by the end of the week, we're heading overseas to Russia. It was a wow moment for us. It was a wow moment when my daughter told me she was going to have a baby. To me, that was a wow moment. I didn't think she would ever have a baby, my youngest daughter. And I'm sure you've had wow moments. I want to tell you, God enjoys giving us wow moments. And I don't know how long, for Joseph, it was 22 years for that wow moment to take place, but it may take a while. But if you would just keep your eyes on Jesus and stay focused on him, he'll give you wow moments in your life. I know you could count some already, but I want to say to you today, maybe some of you are getting impatient. You're getting fidgety because God hasn't heard you. It seems like God's not answering your prayer. But remember what we talked about yesterday. We know if we love God and called according to his purpose, in his will, we know all things are going to work together for good. And it's going to come out good in the end. God bless you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.